How is everyone?
Good morning. Very excited to be here in another Tuesday talk in Unlocking Power Through Freedom and Nature with Tammy.
Great job. And we are excited because we have Crystal Baker here with us today. And some of you know Crystal, but a lot of you don't. And Crystal, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am a stay-at-home mom, currently living in the state of Georgia. I started a fitness blog on my Instagram 5 years ago. And through that process of sharing my journey, I kind of accidentally stumbled upon how to turn that into money, which has grown over the years and through my experience to where now I'm at home, but I'm making a full-time income from my social media.
That's awesome. The perfect combination. I love it. I want to say hello to the people watching. As always, there's Trish and Aiki or Aiki. I am so sorry, but I'm not saying it right. And I love the people that are here. Tell us where you're from, where you're connecting from, and also questions for Crystal, because she's going to share nuggets of wisdom today.
Exactly. Crystal, we're going to let you talk more about how you've taken this passion and used it to make money. So, I mean, I love your videos. You just have so much to offer.
Yes. So a lot of it is practice. Let me tell you, day one, I about made myself sick the first time I had to go onto my Facebook stories. It is not a natural feeling. You will not feel calm and confident, like just putting yourself out there in the world of business, in the world of entrepreneurship. I mean, even sitting to go interview at a new 9-to-5, everybody gets that panicky feeling. It is 100% normal. But the more that I did it and the more that I showed up and shared little tidbits of my life in my stories and through my content, you find like-minded people, you find friends and business partners and camaraderie in places that you never expected to find it. So along the way, I was doing a sugar-free, low-carb way of living. And every product that I bought to try, every drink that I decided to try, I started tagging these companies on Instagram and Facebook. And then slowly over time, those companies followed me back, started resharing what I was creating. Because from the company standpoint, it's genius. It's free marketing that somebody else has done the work for them. So they are looking for small niched markets, people that have more intimate, smaller followings. It's a beautiful thing to have millions of followers, but you have more loyalty and more trust from people that have smaller, more intimate followings, because they actually communicate with their people. They respond to the comments. If you go look at a major celebrity's profile, they may answer 1 or 2 comments, but they cannot keep up. They are not going to spend their time. So they don't have a relationship with their following.
Exactly. And I've noticed too, like with people that have had like 80,000 followers, you might only find like 20 to 30 people actually comment on them, which, you would think there'd be like, 100, 20,000 comments, but there's not always. So
yes, there's always a few loyal fans that are on the content and supporting. So what you're doing as a small, just normal person from home, you're finding your loyal fans. Usually it's just the people that know you, that it becomes second nature. When a post comes up from a friend, they just go heart, and they'll usually give you a little comment. But these things boost your visibility in the online world. Once I started kind of catching the eye of some companies that I had been personally paying my own money to use as part of my lifestyle, they started offering to send me a free promo box. And after that, it grew into, how about if we give you a discount for your followers and something that you can share, that if people use your link, you get a little bit of money, they save a little bit of money, And next thing you know, I was able to go buy a cup of coffee without it being my money. I just earned it from this company that I shared about their pudding that I love. So next thing you know, more companies are coming in. So the challenge is, as a person, you have to decide what you want to stick with. What is your most authentic self, what you truly feel passionate about sharing and putting your name behind, because you can become so bogged down saying yes to every single offer that it begins to feel not as genuine. Sometimes you have to tell certain offers and companies no if they don't align with what you're putting out there. So that was a little bit of a learning curve. You have to sign a few agreements for some companies, depending, and you always want to read those because some of them will try to put some stuff in there that you don't want to be contracted on.
Exactly. Make sure they line up with your values, because if they don't, it's your name on the line here. So
yes. And I was a active fascia blaster. I know a lot of that term is either very familiar or you have no clue what I'm talking about. So it is a
I use it,
plastic
so
self-care
I do.
stick. And I found it on a random Google search 8+ years ago about cellulite. I got through like page 5 of Google before I stumbled upon Ashley's website. And I was just using this tool at home. I was very active in her group, commenting, helping people out along the way. Over time, she made me a motivator in her group where it was a volunteer position. I did it completely free, just donated my time to help support other women to learn how simple it can be to have a self-care routine and to take that time to put themselves first. Intrinsically, as women, we give and we give and we support, but we give so much that sometimes there's not anything left at the end of the day for us. So I made it my purpose to show these women where 5 minutes of caring for themselves is going to give them lifetime of better mood, better energy, just better feeling in your body and less pain. When they created an affiliate program, I signed up immediately. I got my discount link. I was already in the health and wellness space with my lifestyle eating. So I started working in self-care. Here's a discount. Here, my videos then kind of became, this is how you use the tool. I was so familiar that the simple questions that beginners have, I was way past that because I was talking to the veterans that knew what they were doing. Once I realized my hobby needed to be learned by others, and I backed it up to the simple questions. My reels are the most basic beginner questions, but it helps educate so many people. So if someone is a quilter, they may know all about quilting and can give you the most advanced lesson ever. But if they dialed it back to the beginning, answered the simple questions in their content, started tagging thread companies and fabric companies and the machining that they use, and just start putting that out there consistently. Hear me, it only works if you show up regularly and consistently from a heart of service to help others to learn what you are doing.
Don't expect anything back, basically. And that's what everybody says. If you show up with a heart of service, not expecting anything, that's when you're going to reap the rewards. It comes back. It's karma, right?
Because it proves to be for us to be legit, like authentic, like this is what I use, this is what I believe in, this is what I enjoy doing, this is my hobby. I have a question, Crystal, about and we had a great conversation last week, Tamia and myself, on serving, being servant leaders, right? Serving from the heart. So exactly. It was a great conversation. If you want to watch replay, it's right there on our wall. But I want to say also, Eike, is saying that she loves you. Trish, love you. They're fans. So for 7 years or something like that, it's like amazing. Speaking of loyalty, right? So my question is, you've talked about products. So you, in the quilting example, somebody that enjoys quilting starts mentioning products, and then companies will approach them, for example, or you. How about a service? Like my product, my offer is more service oriented. Should I tag the big gurus? Should I tag, that there's that question, like, it's great to hear sponsorships for products. So how is it for services?
So in what I have researched and the way I've worked around it, the goal for service related products is customer capture. So you want to find a way to streamline people from your social media into your email campaigns or into another database where you can be a little more intimate and go into more detail about yourself and what you have to offer. So I was helping one woman who is an attorney, and we were talking about this. How does she capture when people have 15 seconds worth of attention span, get them to come into her sphere where she can sell them into what she actually does, which is an ongoing like therapy level divorce type service as an attorney. So you have to almost make it like a commercial when you're on, if you're looking at reels, this is me, this is what I do, this is what I have to offer people, and that's going to capture the attention. If you get them to your page, you want to find some form of freebie, something you can offer.
A PDF.
Free, yep, a PDF, and then you put your email in here, the PDF will be in your inbox. Those people then go from just being kind of interested to in your intimate world where you can send more detailed emails with tips that your service can help solve for them. Maybe little freebies here and there just to keep them opening the emails, because that's what pushes them up in the inbox if they actually open your emails instead of eventually pushing you into that little promotion folder. So I personally do email capture as well. I try to periodically think of new PDFs or new freebies I can put out. Sometimes it's as simple as these are the top 5 new blaster tips that you need, or going into summer, here's how you work around having bruising, because doing fascia work can result in having bruising, which most people don't want in the summer. So here's some free tips for you to reduce those bruises and still go out and wear those shorts. And that seems to be the best service related flow.
Well, and I'm going to throw this out there. Another tip is, like, if you know of them for service people or anything, of course, is magazines or names that you want to have associated with you. Make sure you tag them. It's like when I've tagged certain magazines and different things. Next thing I know, they're sharing my photos online. I've had 3 or 4 at least magazines share a lot of my photos and different things, or have interviewed me and different things, and I haven't had to pay for it because they like what I share, and they're, it's like, hey, can you write an article for me? Can you do this? So mention in blog posts, like you said, newsletters, and of course capture their emails whenever we can.
That is amazing.
Shareable content's the big thing now. And that takes some skill. Like I'm still practicing how to create those like 5 square images that tell a story as somebody scrolls through them or gives them some form of information, but something so impactful to them that they then share it to their stories, which expands your reach tenfold when other people are sharing. So that's
exactly. And then if we can all help each other by making sure you place a heart by the share, which even on here, for those who are watching us, make sure you like and go ahead and share. We love that, because that's how we grow. And that's how Crystal grows her business, when you like and share. So, or, it's a way to help other businesses grow. And people don't realize a heart means more than even a like on
Yeah.
Facebook. It's just the way things work.
And if you comment, it's even better for the algorithm, is what I
Exactly.
hear. So Ike is saying that Crystal has fun TikToks. And her husband calls you, Crystal, TikTok girl.
Yes,
So
that's my friend Mark.
oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. So this is valuable information. I appreciate that. And Tammy, your idea about tagging like the magazines and things like that, it's amazing, because then definitely they can reach out to interview you or to publish some of your things and material. Krista, also, I love that you said, I don't know if you know, I have 8 kids and I'm a grandma already. So staying home is a big thing, or dealing and juggling. I call them my crystal balls. Like, jugglers juggle rubber balls, and it's okay to drop those because they will bounce back. There's non-negotiables for me. I call those the crystal balls that we juggle, and we should not let them fall, right? So how has it been for you then, being a stay-at-home mom, balancing and juggling your roles, and still be a successful influencer and monetizing with what you love?
So the biggest thing I had to learn is I can do so much more and be far more impactful in one focused hour than in 14 distracted moments of time. So I don't walk around with my phone being like, I need to answer this real quick. I get up usually before my kids and I sit down, and when I'm on the laptop, it's, you know what, if you're awake, you can go have your iPad. You just need to sit, because for this moment, I'm focusing, knocking out this work. I'm not above paying for a babysitter to get one focused hour of work done, because it will yield me such a higher return to be able to truly focus. But then I have the rest of our 10-hour day together to be a mom, to do the cleaning, to do the laundry. It takes some discipline for your systems. When I get up in the morning, laundry goes in the washer before I do anything else. Hit go. That way it's just done. Move into the kitchen. The dishwasher gets unloaded. Like, these things, once you make them a simple task of running your household and do it in a way that is regimented, if I cook a meal, those dishes get washed or go in the dishwasher immediately. Tiny little changes like that free up so much time during the day that I do my focused work. For what I do, it is a collagen related business. It is very customer focused. So a lot of my time is supporting people through their health journey. The reason I chose that to be my primary affiliate agreement is because, one, it yielded the highest result with the most income, but two, focusing on a health related business, taking care of myself is basically a tax write-off. Like, the things that I do, trainers and gym memberships and the supplements that I take, those things are now part of my business. That I have an LLC. It is part of my business. It is a tax write-off for running my business. And what better way to prioritize taking care of yourself as a mom than to make it your job? I just happen to only have to work my job 1 to 2 hours a day, but I do it consistently. And I have been kind of off the grid for most of this month. I'm moving in 2 days. My little one is at swim lessons every day for an hour, and we have to drive a ways to get there. And so I've been busy, but I've implemented these things so consistently and shown up so well for my audience for the last few months, anticipating this, that I just go copy and paste my old content. It is 100% okay to recycle what you've done before. Times when you need to be out of pocket and fully enjoying a vacation, because working at home gets a little gray. Some people don't know when to stop working at home. So you have to disconnect yourself a little, and it's totally okay to reuse what you wrote 6 months ago when you had all the energy in the world and all the motivation, and just go post it again.
Wow.
Exactly. Gives you your freedom, right?
I love this. I love this. And not to say that sometimes it's beautiful to tell my kids, hey guys, I need to get busy here for XY amount of time. And they see your grit, they see your work ethics. But I love how you grab and take advantage of the morning time and to make the most of one focused hour. That is brilliant. And I applaud that. And it's the way I was able to write my book. It's the way I'm able to content create and do all the things that I do. That
And
is
I do pretty
amazing.
much exactly what you do, because I get up early and I do some meditation a little bit, but then I'm on my social media, like, and that's when I answer stuff and do my posting. And then I go, and I've made my coffee and unloaded the dishwasher at the same time. If I had laundry, I start it early, because it's just like you said, organizing it in a way that gives you more free time later to do what you want to do. So
Yes, you
Priscilla,
can easily get overwhelmed with anything. Any simple task can become overwhelming if you allow it or put it off, because then you're thinking about it, even though it would have taken you 2 minutes to do it. You think about it for 2 days first. That's not the best use of time. But it takes some practice.
exactly. So what do you like to do for de-stressing?
All of my self-care. It just happens to be a bonus that I can turn it into content if I so choose. But I tell my followers and the ladies that, because I do give a lot. I give a lot of my time and my energy just to supporting others. But there is sometimes where I honestly look at the people that follow me and I will make a post that says, I will always give you everything I can, but right now it's me. I'm going to pull back a little bit. Sometimes when I do this as part of my job, I can feel disconnected from it and I'm not maximizing the benefit that I need in that moment. So I go very honestly, make a post that says I need to breathe and kind of get back centered with myself. And then I go sit in front of my red light and I do my blasting, or I go to the gym down the road and I just go sit in the sauna for 30 minutes. And when I'm in there, my phone can't come with me. Nobody can reach me anyway. And that's just where I just go and just let it all out.
Well, and I know you just went on vacation.
I did. I've made it a point. I got to be a bit of a homebody during the lockdowns and COVID, and we got very comfortable being at home and just kind of being a family unit without caring too much about having a social life. And then we realized we were getting a little too far into being only in the digital space and not interacting with actual humans. So as a family, we had to make the decision to actively work towards cultivating friendships outside of social media, growing a community that is local to us, that we can actually go out and have more of that 90s connection with the neighborhood kind of thing, where everybody's kids are playing and the barbecues are happening. So this year is big on doing what I said I would do, because sometimes if it's in person, I'll say that I'm going to go, but I'm not actually going to go. So this year, as part of my revamping and getting back into the real world, I'll actually show up to in-person events and taking those trips we always talked about taking, going the places we always say we wanted to. What is the point in making all this money and working so hard from home to just sit here and sit on it and never actually do anything with it? My dream was never to be like a college and mogul. That was not my childhood dream, but it is currently funding the dreams that I did have, the things I want to see and places I want to take my kids.
Yeah, Aiki is telling you, I think WI is Wyoming. No,
She's in
Wisconsin. Wisconsin, sorry. Puerto Rico.
I'm not going there. It's cold.
Aiki's saying, like, come on here. And she's also saying your descriptions of you, Crystal, is integrity, moral driven, truly authentic inspiration by the buckets, responsibility taken all at all times. And I just think that doing that and letting your audience know that, hey, I need to step back and I need to take care of myself is leading by example, because you're not preaching something or telling something or motivating people to do something that you don't do yourself. And saying that very clear is just awesome. And I think probably that's why your audience is so loyal to you and love you. And that's what we need to do and need to be, people of integrity, and also lead by example, so people learn to like and trust us even more.
Yes, I've made it a point
Exactly.
to
And
be
I don't
very
know if
honest.
people realize how many great tips you're giving them here today. So it's been amazing. So do you have another tip, any tips that you want to tell?
Yeah, one last tip. You do not need to look a certain way. You do not need to have a certain number of followers or show. I can't show up on my social media unless my hair is done and my makeup's done. And, I have to have my house perfectly clean to do it. No, you do not. I show up like this, messy bun, no makeup except some
Super cute.
mascara. Exactly. And if you just do it, you could just go be you and just invite others to be a part of your day in little snippets through your stories and build that confidence so that way you can start tagging those companies. You're doing it anyway. You're posting about them anyway. Just go tag it and it'll grow into something amazing. And then you have this little community bubble in the internet. And it's so fun to have people to grow with, that if I walked up to them on the street, having never met them in person, we would give big hugs and feel like family.
Oh, that's amazing.
Exactly. Well, last weekend, when I was down in Scottsdale, it was like that, because we had all, for 2.5 years since COVID, most of us all had just been met online on Zoom. And so when we worked together as a team to put the conference on and, met all the coaches, it was like you said, it was like a huge family reunion. And we all worked together and hugs, and it was amazing, when you're talking, how much you have in common. So I love that.
It's bondage to me. It's bondage, the opposite of freedom, to feel burned out, to feel like this is too hard, too unsurmountable, like too hard to even do it. And the way you're doing it, Crystal, we appreciate what you have shared today. It's just real. Is what people love nowadays is the word organic and authentic is the word, the buzzwords of the days. And I just love it. Well, there has to be a certain professionalism and all that. There's a time and a place for that. And I just love how you balance everything and you just show up the way you want to show up. But that's the important thing. You show up. And we appreciate you being here. And we love how you are an example of wisdom and freedom through monetizing your passion in a very smart and brilliant way. So thank you so much for being here.
And
Thank
I
you so much for
posted your
having me.
website on here, but make sure to go on and add TikTok and all your other social media sites for people to see you. We absolutely have been honored having you here. You're just amazing. And I love watching your TikTok videos and everything. So
you have a new follower now.
And yes, you have Lori now.
Yes, thank you so much for the time and the invitation that I can come hang out with you guys. And I'll go through the comments and respond and drop my socials in there for everybody too.
Very good. And to
Anybody
our audience,
has any questions, make sure you just ask, and make sure you like and love posts and share. Thank you.
No questions. All is praise for all we've had is praise for Crystal. So
awesome.
We'll see you next week. To our audience of Unlocking Power Through Freedom and Nature.
We do have a surprise guest next week too. So
I'm excited.
Bye everyone. Have a great week.